Welcome to Daily Dose by Dr. Karthika. So today we are starting with second year topics, that is Aphorism 28, which deals with nature's law of cure, a true observation in the world. It is basically an extension of the Aphorism 26, which is the nature's law of cure. So here Hahnemann states that the nature's law of cure is established in every pure experiment that occurs in nature itself. All the examples are already given in the Aphorism 26, that is the appearance of sun will diminish the activity of the candlelight. Also a strong smelling odor will deplete all the minor odors that are present in the room. Therefore, no scientific explanation regarding how the nature's law of cure takes place is not necessary. That is, a weaker force will always be extinguished by a stronger one, which is depicted in the nature itself. Therefore, Master Hahnemann feels that it is not important to explain how the nature's law of cure comes into play or how the action is done. Now moving on to Aphorism 29, which is Modus Operandi of homeopathic medicines, that is how cure occurs after the administration of a homeopathic medicine is dealt with in Aphorism 29, which is a very important aphorism. So Modus Operandi is similar for all the dynamic diseases, that is all the surgical diseases are excluded from this Modus Operandi. Now how will we identify a person is diseased? It is by the production of altered sensation and symptoms that the vital force will produce, which we call signs and symptoms. So once the signs and symptoms develop, we say the person is diseased. So this disease is termed as natural morphic agent. Now how homeopathy works? We do drug proving. So when a drug is introduced to a healthy person, it is capable of altering the healthy state of a man and produce signs and symptoms. Now how we select a remedy? It is through symptom similarity. That is, a medicine which is capable of producing very similar set of signs and symptoms in a healthy person will be selected. Now this selected remedy is called artificial morphic agent. Always remember, the artificial morphic agent will produce similar yet stronger morbid affection in the patient's body. Once the homeopathic medicine is introduced into the body, what will happen? The artificial morphic disease will replace the natural occurring disease due to its stronger nature. That is the nature's law of cure. Now this is the primary action occurring after the administration of remedy. Now though the artificial morphic change or the medicinal disease is stronger in nature, the duration of action will be very short. It is because of the minuteness of the dose. Therefore, the vital force will be easily able to overcome this medicinal disease or the artificial disease and produce a secondary action, which is very opposite to that of the primary action. So basically, it is during the secondary action that the health is restored in the patient's body. During the secondary action, the vital force will restore all the normal functioning of the tissues and the organs. That is, there is restoration of health and also permanent cure is obtained during the secondary action. This is the flowchart about modus operandi. There is vital force getting affected by a natural morphic agent producing natural disease. Now we are selecting an artificial morphic agent or homeopathic remedy, which is very similar in action yet stronger. Therefore, nature's law of cure happens and the natural disease get replaced by the artificial disease, which is the primary action of homeopathic remedy administration. The duration of action of medicine is very short because of the minuteness of the dose. Therefore, what happens? The vital force will regain its strength and replace the artificial morphic agent. Now, during the secondary action, the vital force will restore all the normal functioning and therefore disease is cured and health is restored. This is the secondary action. The shorter duration of action of the artificial morphic agent or the medicinal disease is what helps the vital force to overcome the medicinal disease and produce cure. But in chronic disease, what happens is the disease is produced because of the fundamental cause, that is a sora, psychosis and syphilis, which is generally a lifelong duration. Therefore, the vital force alone cannot overcome these fundamental causes. So, what is required? Anti-miasmatic treatment is required to overcome the fundamental cause. Now, very similar action can be observed in nature also, that is, due to attack of smallpox and measles, some long-standing diseases of a patient will be cured, that is, deafness of a ear or a blindness of an eye will be sometimes cured by smallpox or measles, which is very similar to the anti-miasmatic treatment that will cure the fundamental cause. This will be later explained during the Aphorism 46.